The fact that you are not able to take strong stand and practices, there may be many reasons. One reason is that you are not able to clearly see its destructiveness. For example, if in front of you I open a packet of poison and then I put it in a glass right in front. Ye poison hai, dekh raha hai na? Are you seeing? This is poison, okay? So I am putting it in a glass. Okay, please drink. He will not drink. Please drink. None of you will drink. Why? Because you are sure this is poison. It will kill me. Whereas with anger, jealousy, we don't have that conviction. It will not kill me. This will go. You see. That's the problem. So you really need to see. For example, take anger as an example, and see how destructive it is. Not as it is explained in the text, but in real life situation. The amount of killing that we are doing today in the world, probably at this very moment, in war zone countries and also in other peaceful countries, killings are happening. So all because of anger or other negative emotions. So you need to see this very clearly. Then you should also see how destructive it is for your health. Everybody wants good health. Good health will not come only by stretching, exercise, jogging. Some years back I was invited to an army camp, Tibetan army camp in Dehradun, that area. So they were like smartly dressed young Tibetans, with army uniform, hundreds of them there. Stupid me standing there, supposed to be giving a talk. But then, before the talk, I asked some of the leaders, what is the state of ethics, behavior of these young people? Then I heard that many of them take drugs. फिर मुझे मौका मिल गया. Then I got the opportunity to speak. Then I said, अंदर से सर रहा है, बाहर से खींचने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. Human beings are as stupid as that. You see, inside it's rotting, because you take drugs and, you get intoxicated and excessive drinking, things like that. And then outside rock climbing, the stupidity is so obvious. And in our ordinary civil life also it is happening. Why? Because we are believer in things that we can only touch and see, feel and smell. That's why we run after sensual objects. And which are not the field of sensual objects, which we don't directly see, we tend to neglect it. Okay, na? And that's why we take care of our body at least. Wash several times, feed several times, then some jogging exercise, gym, so many things. When was the last time you gave a good food to the mind? Because the mind is the most important thing. But because it is an unseen force, we don't know how to take care of it. Even in the cases we get some glimpses of it, we don't take care of it. We don't know how to take care of it. That's the problem. So that's why I tell people much of the problem that you see today in the world is a clear sign of starvation of the mind. शादियों से खाना नहीं खिलाया उसको. So therefore you need to have a precise knowledge of how harmful, not just to other people, to yourself, not in future lives. Okay, in Buddhism we talk about many future lives, that's different. In this very life. You don't need to follow just the Buddhist teaching. Read some of the scientific findings, how good or bad anger is. Abhi likha hai bahut. Even in terms of money. I was reading a book published in America where they said because of anger, billions of dollars are lost in a year because of anger. Meaning killing each other, road rash, accident, billions I'm saying. So a country which engages in strong, negative emotions cannot flourish, cannot succeed. In our own country, India, like many, there's not exception, other countries also, when people engage in corruption, kamar tod ke rakh dete. All this is all because of negative emotion, right? So you need to see that more precisely, how bad it is for you. And then even after knowing that you want to do it, then it's almost like committing suicide. जानबूझकर छलांग मारना तीसरी मंजिल से, The need to have a harmonious development of, I call it head and heart. The Buddha used the word compassion and wisdom. And to make it easy to understand, I call it combination of head and heart, dil or dimag ka santulan. Because even if you have wisdom, meaning even if you have a lot of knowledge, including academic knowledge and expertise and so forth, but if you don't have that compassionate heart, the sense of responsibility towards people in general, and especially people who are suffering, then the education, knowledge you have, it's really, really unsure where it will take. So in Buddhism, that reality basically means interdependent origination, interconnected reality. And once you understand that interconnected reality, you will be able to very clearly see how closely you are connected with other people, with the environment, with other animals, with the whole cosmology. And it is interesting to see that even this English word individual comes with the meaning that you are just an indivisible part of the whole. We even forget that meaning, you see, that simple meaning. So normally when we are a little bit well off because of education, because of some expertise, we forget that we are part of the bigger whole. And we think just about ourselves and forget the rest. And then we suffer, you see. If the bigger part is suffering, you will naturally suffer. And those of us, so-called leaders, what are we doing? We are making powerful, destructive nuclear weapons to kill us many times over. How stupid, right? So that is wisdom uncontrolled by sense of responsibility. And that actually we can't call it wisdom, a superficial knowledge. If you have that wisdom, wisdom comes not just through knowledge but experience, right? So these two are the crux of the matter, right? Now, when we talk about developing that wisdom, understanding reality, this is so important because we all want happiness. And happiness also not for 1 day or 2 days, but for a long, long time to come. And I have asked this question to many people, asking, you want happiness? Everybody says, yes, sir. Then I ask a second question, saying, for how many days? They smile, just like you are smiling. So by smiling, they are saying, when it comes to happiness, we want happiness as long, as durable as possible, the best one. And that wish to have long-lasting happiness is not something we learn from any particular religion. It's also not something that is taught to you by parents or relatives. You are born like that. And in Buddhism, we say this is good news. The fact that you are born crying, meaning that I want happiness, is good news because that shows, provided if you take the steps, if you practice, it is possible to achieve that long-lasting happiness. So that is the most important thing, we want long-lasting happiness. Now it's not enough to demand that. Now you need to see, if I want long-lasting happiness, why I don't have one right now? Or what is it that is obscuring that long-lasting happiness? Then we say the destructive negative emotions are obscuring those causes and conditions which will ensure and lead to long-lasting happiness. So therefore, we must uproot or at least reduce the intensity of these negative emotions. If possible, uproot. Uproot means jar se fenkna. So for long-term happiness, as we aspired, you need to uproot the root cause of all these afflictive emotions. And what is their root cause? Reality is interdependent origination. But because of misconception of reality, we tend to see things as disparate, as not related to each other, as having independent inherent existence, right? So when you are able to see the complete picture, the many aspects of anything, then there will be less negative emotion. So therefore, root cause of suffering is seeing things as having inherent existence.